So Eastleigh Estate in Nairobi is named after a coastal town in Hampshire, England, around 120 kilometers south of London. The English Eastleigh lies between Southampton and Winchester. The name derives from East and Leigh, the latter being Old English for meadow. Eastleigh therefore basically means the meadow in the east. Meadow is an open habitat of field vegetated by grasses, herbs, and other non-woodly plants. Today, however, Nairobi Eastleigh has evolved into a vibrant, multicultural Somali trade hub, charting its own course and resisting the British colonial influence. Historians note that Eastleigh was originally established by colonial administration as a residential area for Asians and Africans whom were employed as clerks, builders, and shoemakers. As other towns and neighborhoods adopted British-style urban planning, school curricula, and architectural aesthetic, Eastleigh took a different path. Its rapid development has been shaped by commercial demand and population pressure, resulting in a dense, mixed-use buildings that prioritize functions over form. Most buildings in Eastleigh are boxy, with flat roofs, often used as storage, narrow balconies, and little decorative details. Yet, due to the strong influence of the Somali community, Islamic architectural elements like arched windows, doorways, and rooftop terrace are visible in many mosques and home high-rise buildings. A construction boom in the recent years has drastically altered Eastleigh skyline, with high-rise buildings rising quickly to meet the area's commercial needs. What began as a residential neighborhood has transformed into a thriving economic hub, drawing traders and suppliers from across Kenya and beyond.
Are you ready to explore like never before? Book with Hikers Afrique Safaris for personalized adventure and travel experience across Kenya, Africa, and beyond. Hike Mount Kenya or Kilimanjaro, experience exciting safaris in the Masai Mara, Amboseli, and Serengeti. Stay in luxury or mid-range eco lodges designed just for you. Get unimaginable exclusive deals to Kenya's top destinations like Watamu, Diani, Mombasa, Nakuru, Lamu, Naivasha, Savo, Samburu, Taita Hills, and more. Embark on an 18-day overland odyssey through 7 countries from Victoria Falls to Cape Town. Unplug, connect with nature, and make lifelong memories. Your adventure of a lifetime starts now with Hikers Afrique Safaris. Get in touch with us via the contact information on your screens.
Its influence now extends far beyond its official border thanks to massive economic footprint locally pronounced as Eastleigh. Unlike other areas striving to reclaim identity by renaming streets and buildings, Eastleigh has organically shared its colonial legacy by transforming the meaning and sound of its name through everyday use and cultural influence. Eastleigh's rise in Kenya transformed from a very quiet colonial era, which was a residential suburb, into a vibrant, self-sufficient, Somali-led economic powerhouse, earning its nickname Little Mogadishu, driven by investments from the Somali community. It developed into a major wholesale and import hub for goods from Dubai, China, and Turkey, leading to rapid real estate development with modern multi-story buildings. This created a bustling commercial center and a self-sufficient city within a city, where residents access most essential services from banks to hospitals without needing to travel. Nairobi's city center. Eastleigh's continuous growth symbolizes progress, with its towering structures and dynamic atmosphere define its unique identity. Eastleigh's infrastructure is undergoing significant upgrade if you compare what you see right now versus even 10 years ago. As much as there's still a lot of chaotic, there's a huge change. And the ongoing upgrades is to address challenges from rapid population growth, with ongoing projects focusing on road rehabilitation, upgrading sewer system, and improving water supply and drainage. Major roads like the First Avenue, Second Avenue are being improved, while older undersized sewer pipes are being replaced with larger ones to prevent leaks and handle increased demand. Authorities are working to modernize the infrastructure, support the area's booming population, and contribution to the economy. Yeah, still a lot to be done. It's still very far from what we hope to see Eastleigh one day, and there's a lot of ideas needs to be put on the table to transform the area into a little Dubai, not only Mogadishu. So, strength from the population growth, Eastleigh rapid and often unplanned population growth has significantly outstripped the capacity of its existing infrastructure, leading to challenges. So, there's a need to modernization. Experts and residential are calling for modernization of outdated water, sewer, and drainage system to meet the demand of the growing population, according to the Eastleigh Voice. So some of the major malls in the area, and notable one is the Business Bay Mall, which is the biggest mall in Eastern Central Africa. So the BBS Mall, also known as Business Bay Square, is a large shopping center in Eastleigh area of Nairobi, Kenya. Opened in 2024, it is considered to be one of the largest malls in Eastern Central Africa. And some of the key features, the mall has an expansive area of 1,130 square meters. It is situated in the business hub of Eastleigh on General Warwinge Streets. Actually, some part of Eastleigh border Kenya Air Force, and what you'll realize as you traverse Eastleigh, most of the names are named after most of the majors in the military in the prior years. So BBS Mall houses over 1,000 stores, including a diverse range of shops, banks, and other businesses. You have the mall offer a variety of entertainment options and is home to different eateries. A lot of shops offering different type of electronic, clothes, and major brands like Carrefour, Elsewhere Kiki, Art Cafe, among others. So before we go to the next neighborhood featuring a Somali community in Nairobi, let's delve in and get some understanding of the Somalis in Kenya, and especially within Nairobi. In the 2009 population census, it was projected that in 2 decades, Somalis will have overtaken the top 3 largest community in Kenya to be the most populous group if the then population trends remain the same. This household survey showed that the Somalis are at least 1.5 times bigger than the average household in Kenya, and twice as much as the families in Nyeri, Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kiambu counties. Population growth in the northern eastern rose almost threefold, from 900,000 in 1999 to 2.3 million in 2009. In Mandera, where the population boom was most pronounced, the number had quadrupled in a decade. The explosion of the Somali population caused tension in 2009 census. Some of the results of the census, especially that covered northeastern region, which is predominantly Somali region in Kenya, were partially cancelled by the then Planning Minister Wycliffe Oparanya. The minister's reasons were that the number from northern east region did not fit the normal population trends. The region inflated their numbers to benefit from increased allocation of resources after devolution. The 2019 Kenya population and housing census had a different dynamic. So Kenya, we do run our population census every 10 years. And in 2019, the Somali population in Kenya was 2.7 million. It was quite realistic versus the previous year. The figure made the Somali community the 6th largest ethnic group in Kenya at that time. Kenyan Somalis are citizens and residents of Kenya who are of Somali ethnic descent. They are the 6th largest ethnic group and have historically inhabited the northeastern province, previously part of the Northern Frontier District. I would also like to see the people of the Northeastern getting more involved in pushing their leaders to accountability. So in the last decade, devolution could have potentially have transformed the lives of the people of the northern Kenya, but unfortunately, this has not happened, despite the accrual of substantial funds and political power and the billions. It's almost actually, since the devolution started, the northeastern counties have received, a total of a trillion Kenya shilling in terms of development funds from the central government that have gone into the region but have not brought any significant improvement. On the contrary, some sectors such as healthcare and water services provision have seen a decline or remain the same despite the billions that have been pumped into these sectors in the last 10 years. Northeastern Kenya remain one of the most undeveloped regions in Kenya, lagging behind in almost all development indicators. Its people are among the poorest in the country, with majority lacking access to basic services and infrastructure such as water, healthcare, good roads, and electricity. So lack of progress over the last 10 years is largely attributed to poor governance and the massive theft and misappropriation of public resources by elected leaders, the regional elites and public officials. All indications are that massive graft, corruption and misallocation of political and economic resources has timed the region's ability to take advantage of devolution and catch up with the rest of Kenya. Resources meant for the population have been misappropriated and the leadership has nothing to show for the 10 years since devolution started. Blatant theft and embezzlement of public funds and poor governance have been in the defining characteristic more than the last 10 years. And this can just show you, as much as Somalis have a very strong way of handling each other's money, the hawala, but some areas they're really lagging. And what I can say is, famous word by J.M. Karaoke was, don't be a country of 10 millionaires and and 10 million poor people. So this is something that I would wish to see the Somalis fighting the leaders, keeping them accountable, and also coming off from the shell of clanism to see the bigger picture. And there's also been said a lot of the money also embezzled by the county has seen its way into Nairobi. In what right now we're showing you the big buildings, some of them. It's not foolproof, but there's a reason why some of the money embezzled from the counties have seen its way into some of the development we've shown you around. I'm a lawyer, so it's not, it's a hearsay. Thank you. So let's delve in to understand what is making the Somalis thrive in the country, and especially in Nairobi, among other major cities like Nakuru and Mombasa, not forgetting Kisumu and Eldoret. The system of trust on which the Somali business community operates is perhaps best exemplified in Hawala. So Hawala is a unique system of money transfers based on trust rather than on formal law or contracts that is operative throughout the Somali diaspora. Remittance from abroad sent via Hawala have further generated Somali diaspora trust-based business partnership. Trust relationships have superseded clan and lineage relationships. As is evident in the incorporation of Somali businesses in the global Islamic business network, many Somali commercial ventures are linked to businesses in the Gulf, noting that faith-based trust is a gateway to greater business opportunities from the wider Islamic world. As a result, there is a trend towards traders valuing Islamic identity over clan identity. Trust is perceived as an important element of Islamic character, so that a person regarded as a devout Muslim is also regarded as trustworthy. Kenyan Somalis are citizen and resident of Kenya who are of Somali ethnic descent. They're the 6th largest ethnic group and have historically inhabited the northern province.